Hello there, Ray here, and today we'll be telling you all about bamboo, as well as show you a really small farm that you can use on it. Bamboo is a new item that was introduced with 1.14. It is also a block. It can be planted as a sapling and can grow into these bamboo plants, which can range between 12 to 16 meters of natural growth. They also can be bone milled to increase their growth by either 1 or 2 meters at a time. And when you break any of them, it'll break all the ones above it. And when you break down a bamboo plant, it will drop one item for every bamboo block. And if you break the second to the bottom one, the shoots of them will continue to grow afterwards. The bamboo items themselves can be used in a furnace to smelt up items. It takes 4 bamboo to smelt up one item, so they're really inefficient, but in large quantities they're fairly cheap. You also can use the bamboo to produce sticks by putting 2 bamboo into a crafting recipe, and it will produce 1 stick. Converting your bamboo into sticks isn't any more efficient when it comes to smelting, as 2 sticks will smelt up 1 item, just as 4 bamboo will smelt up 1 item. Bamboo can be planted on all these different types of blocks, even including gravel, which some types of material that can be planted on these cannot be planted on gravel. Bamboo also naturally generates in bamboo jungles, and as you can see, when it generates, it can go right through trees, like it went right through this tree and kind of cut up the leaves, and was even able to drop the sapling here. Bamboo jungles also come in the hill variation and can be quite extensive, but you can kind of see they're kind of patchy as well, and down below they have podzol. You can find naturally generated bamboo in normal jungles as well. You also can find the items of the bamboo inside of wrecked ships underneath of the water, as well inside of jungle pyramids. Bamboo can be used to feed pandas and get them to be bred. So if we give some bamboo to each of these, you see it produce a baby, and the baby is going to be the likeness of either of the parents. Keep some of the attributes, such as this is a sneezing nose one. And you can also use bamboo to increase the growth of these babies so that they get big faster. And you can also drop bamboo on the ground as an item, and the pandas will be able to pick it up, and then they will be able to sit up and eat it when they want to. You can see this panda here is sitting up and eating one of the bamboos, and if you kill a panda, it will drop between 0 and 2 bamboos. Holding bamboo in your hand will allow the pandas to follow you. Bamboo cannot be pushed or pulled with a piston, but if you do push it, you can see that it will break off, and all the bamboo above it will break off and drop items as well. If bamboo doesn't have direct skylight, such as underneath in a cave, it will need to have a light source of at least 8 for the top of it to grow any higher. The bamboo item can also be placed inside of a flower pot, in which it looks like this. I think this is a really cool aesthetic look for builds. Bamboo goes through 4 different stages as it grows, so it starts out as a sapling here, and if you put your mouse on it, you have F3, you can see up here in the top right, it says it is a bamboo sapling, and then it says some other stuff like it's a bamboo plantable on. And then if we move on to the next one, this is the main stock that you see in the bamboo. And this is considered just a bamboo, being age 0. It has no leaves. It's also stage 0. The next one is slightly different. It just has leaves that are small. And the last one has leaves that are large. In a natural growth of a bamboo, you can see all these stalk pieces are with the age of 1. And then there is 1 level of leaves that are small. And then there is 2 levels of leaves that are large, and then the very top one has an age of 1 as well as a stage 1. Bamboo has these really cool characteristics, and that is the bamboo shoot itself will not always be exactly in the center of a block when it's planted. Depending on the block in the game, it will be a little bit offset. So you can see each of these are kind of offset. In some situations, there's really big gaps, like between this one and this one, even though they're right beside each other, there's a really big gap between them. This gives a really cool random effect of the bamboo growing. Also makes the hitboxes of them very unique. So the hitboxes of the bamboo are 6 pixels across, but because the game places the bamboo not directly in the center of the block, but instead randomly within inside of the block, it can make a lot of unique hitboxes. As I've shown in the past, there is quite a few really cool hitboxes inside of Minecraft, and I did a video all about different types of hitboxes, which I'll link down in the description. But with bamboo having this randomness, there's going to be a lot more of them since you can get tons of unique ones. This is going to allow you to do some pretty cool things. Like in some situations, you can't walk between 2 bamboo plants because they're so close together. And in other situations, you can just barely walk between them, and there's almost not enough room for you to even squeeze, but you can make it. So going through a solid bamboo forest like this is almost like a maze, but not quite, because you can't actually determine where you want the bamboo to be placed. So in some cases, it may be a very simple maze. As someone who uses these unique collision boxes of blocks to do really cool things like hold in mobs in very specific locations, I find this really awesome that they gave us the possibility of having so many unique collision boxes in the game. Now, where the game places the initial block for the bamboo is the same no matter if you break it and replace it. You see it's always going to place this bamboo shoot directly here. You also can't pick block the bamboo shoots. You can pick block the other variations of them though. And where the bamboo is placed is always the same, no matter what the Y level is. So if I just go up here and go up higher, you can see it always places it in exactly the same area on the block. The bamboo sapling doesn't have a collision box, so you can walk right through it. But the other bamboo shoots do have it, so you can see this one shows up as being the 6 pixels across. This one also shows up being 6 pixels across. And this one here shows up being quite wide, being 10 pixels across, but it has the same exact collision box as the first one. I think this is the first block in the game that actually shows up larger than what its collision box is, because you can press straight up against it, so that might be a bug, I'm not quite sure. Bamboo saplings, as they call them, also have some unique characteristics as blocks try to connect to them, something we discovered on stream. So if you place down a sapling here, you can see that the panes will try to connect to this sapling here. This could be a bug, but there is other blocks that are similar to this that can do the exact same thing, but even better yet, which is like the open fence gates, where you don't even need to have a block underneath of it to do this. Because bamboo kind of is random the way it's placed around inside of the block, in some cases you can open up a shulker box up against it. In other cases you're not able to because the bamboo is colliding with the box where it wanted to go. I made a simple bamboo farm out of this, and what we got going on here is the bamboo is being grown in the center here, and then down below we have a dispenser which has bone meal, and every time it bone mills this block here, the bamboo, it will either grow 1 or 2 blocks tall. And then afterwards we have is a piston which is going to move outwards and break this block, and this is going to cause both pieces to break off. And then the piston will also push any items that are on top of this bamboo over to the side. And then as you can see, there's enough room for the bamboo to grow here as well as here, and there's a little bit of air room in case items will fly up here, they don't get clipped through the blocks and fly out. And that's why I made this a little bit larger so that the items wouldn't clip out. I haven't had any items clip through here after doing some extensive testing. And as you can see in the back, we just have the piston as well as the dispenser being powered by an observer clock, which is being turned on and off by this piston here. So if I flick this lever, you can see that it is working. So the dispenser is dispensing bone meal right after the piston retracts its head. So the piston breaks it, and once it retracts, then the plant grows again, then it breaks again. So it just keeps this up. Then you can always put on some hoppers as well as extra storage of bone meal if you want to. And then underneath of the block here, we have a hopper minecart that we pushed in there. And this picks up any items that lands on top of this. Then we also have a hopper to the side. Otherwise, the piston will push up against the glass here, if you have that there, and it will allow the items to clip through the glass. So because of this, it's easy for the items to get pushed to the side, and then they'll get picked up by hoppers, and then you can just put down some storage below to pick up all your stuff. This simple bamboo farm will produce 15,000 bamboo per hour, and all you have to do is put in some bone meal in the back. And you can automate this system by just having the bamboo hooked right up to like a furnace array. Here I just got a single furnace. And then if you hook the bamboo up to here, it will supply this with fuel, which we can use to like cook our cactuses from maybe like a cactus farm. And you can actually supply several furnaces just by the output of this farm since it's quite fast. And this way you can make an automatic smelting system that will smelt up your stuff for you. Excellior and KK also made similar designs on our stream. Now, if you don't want to, you don't have to have bone meal dispensed onto the bamboo for it to grow. It will naturally grow, in which case you can unlock this dispenser that's doing the bone meal, and just like I did here. And now it's going to be quite slow, but the player has to be within their region so that the bamboo can naturally grow. And then when it does, it's just going to be popped off. But this farm wasn't really designed for that, but it is an option. To build the farm, it's fairly simple, as you can pretty much see everything from this angle here. And I will be also showing some other ways to farm up bamboo that don't use bone meal and are also efficient. They also came out with a 43B as well as 43C snapshot. In the 43B snapshot, they fixed a memory leak, which is causing quite a bit of problems with people. They also updated some new textures that were missing. In the 43C snapshot, they fixed a bug to do with walking into different chunks causing lag. This was a big problem for when we were streaming, as well as there was a bug to do with mobs constantly spawning. They also fixed a problem that we noticed with entities that they would go invisible if your render distance was too low. They also added tick time charts, which can be shown by pressing Alt and F3, and these show the old one that is down to the left, but they also added one that shows for server, which is down to the right. This is extremely useful for debugging. As you can see on the right, if it goes above 20 TPS, that means the server is running slower than it normally should be running. I also see above both these charts, it shows the minimum, average, as well as the maximum amount of time. I'm really glad they added this because it's really easy to debug stuff and see where some of the lag is coming from. So in this snapshot, they kind of improve the performance of client as well as server, but the performance they say is going to even get better yet, so they're going to work at it. I provided the world download to this world in the description. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you found this interesting, show me the like and share this with others. I would greatly appreciate that. If you'd like to see more stuff like this for 1.14, as well as other things I've designed, you can check out my channel and be sure to subscribe as well as hit that bell button to get notifications. And if there's anything that I missed in this video, please tell me in the comments and I'll try and include it in my next video. Bye-bye!